Question 31. What is 0.48 divided by 0.4? Is it A, 1.1, B, 1.2, C, 1.3, or D, 1.4? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, of course, in dividing, what we need to do is we consider the rules in dividing decimals. Now, of course, if we have 0.48 or 48 hundredths, that is your dividend. Alright? So that is 48. So 0.48, 0.48. Okay. Divided by, that is 0.4, right? Okay, 0.4. So when you divide decimals, you need to move this one here. You need to make it as a whole number, your divisor. So you move one place to the right. Of course, in your dividend, you will also move one place. So allowing your decimal place for the quotient to be aligned this one. Okay, so 48 divided by 4, or 4.8 divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4, that would be 1. So 1 times 4, that is 4. Bring down 8 because 4 and 4, 0 is the answer. Then 8 divided by 4, that is 2. So 2 times 4, that is 8. Therefore, you have no remainder. So 1.2 is the correct answer. Letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, my dear math learners, we are correct. The answer is 1.2, or 1 and 2 tenths. Now, let us go to question number 32. What is 18% of 90? Is it A, 14.2, B, 15.6, C, 16.2, or D, 17.8? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, in multiplying a percentage to a whole number, what you need to do is you just convert the percentage into a decimal form. So, you move 2 places to the left. So, this will become 0.18 or 18 hundredths. So, 0.18 multiplied to 90, the correct answer is 16.2. Letter C. Let us check whether we are correct. Alright, my dear math learners, I hope you got that one. Now, let's go to question 33. If 40% of a number is 80, what is the number? Is it A, 180, B, 200, C, 220, or D, 240? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, for this question, it means that a certain number multiplied by 40%, the answer is 80. So, of course, if 40% we convert it to decimal, that would be 0.4 because you move 2 places here. So, that would be 0.4 or 0.4 rather. Okay, or 4 tenths. So, simplifying, in order for you to isolate the value of n here, you divide both sides by 0.4. Alright. So 80 divided by 0.4, that would be moving this place to the right side, giving us 800 divided by 4. So 800 divided by 4, what would be the answer? Very good. That is letter B, 200. Now let us check whether we are correct. Alright, my dear math learners, now let us go to question number 34. Question number 34. If a city's population decrease from 4,500 to 3,600, what is the percent decrease? Is it A, 18%, B, 20%, C, 22%, or D, 25%? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, the same as the question we had earlier in our previous discussion about the population increase, what we need to do here first is to know the difference of the two given values. So 4,500 and 3,600. If you subtract them, the answer would be, very good, 900. Okay, so the decrease, the actual decrease of the population is 900. So what is 900 compared to 4,500? So we should know the part or the percentage of 900 to 4,500. Now remember that 9 is a factor of 45. If we try to divide 45 by 9, the answer is 5. So meaning 900 is 1/5 of 4,500. Why? Because we have 900 plus 900 plus 900 plus 900 plus 900. That would be 4,500. So having 1,900, that would give you 1/5. So if you convert 1/5 into a percentage, that would give you, very good, 20%, because 1 divided by 5, that is 0.2, which is 20%. Letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. All right, my dear math learners, we are correct. Now let us go to question number 35. A laptop originally priced at 12,000 pesos is on sale at 35% off. What is the sale price? Is it A, 7,200, B, 7,500, C, 7,800, or D, 8,000? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, this is also the same as what we had earlier. So the technique here is to know how much will you pay, what percentage of the 100% will you pay if you have 35% discount. So of course, 100% minus 35%, that is 65%. So you will still be paying 65% of the 12,000. So what you will do is you just multiply 12,000 by 0.65 or 65 hundreds. And I think the answer for that one is letter C, 7,800. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. All right, my dear math learners. Of course, if you cannot do mental calculation, you can also apply it into your pen and paper. So you just multiply 12,000 by 0.65, which is the actual percentage left for you to pay. All right, now let us go to question number 36. A printer prints 450 pages in 18 minutes. What is its printing rate in pages per minute? All right. Is it A, 20 pages per minute, B, 25 pages per minute, C, 30 pages per minute, or D, 35 pages per minute? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners. Now, this question is very easy. Why? Because it says here, the printer prints 450 in 18 minutes. Now, you are asked per minute. So, in 18 minutes, it prints 450 pages. So, what you will do is you just divide it to each other. So, 450 divided by 18. And if you divide that, I think the answer would be 25 pages per minute. Letter B. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. All right, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 37. A bakery produces 1,200 pastries in 6 hours. What is its production rate in pastries per hour? All right. Is it A, 180 pastries per hour, B, 200 pastries per hour, C, 220 pastries per hour, or D, 240 pastries per hour? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, this question is just the same as in the question 36 rather. So what you will do is you just divide 1,200 by 6. And if that's the case, that would be 200, letter B. All right, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 38. Carlos completes an 8-kilometer race in 40 minutes. At this speed, how long would it take him to run 2 kilometers? Okay. Is it A, 8 minutes, B, 10 minutes, C, 12 minutes, or D, 15 minutes? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners. In solving this problem, it says here that 8-kilometer race is completed in 40 minutes. So, if you ask yourself, in 1 kilometer, how many minutes would that be? Okay, so if you divide 40 by 8, that means in every kilometer, it takes 5 minutes. So, in our problem, we are asked 2 kilometers. So, remember, 8 kilometers in 40 minutes. If you divide them, that means 1 kilometer per 5 minutes. So, since we are asked in 2 kilometers, how many minutes would that be? So, therefore, the correct answer is letter B, 10 minutes. Now, let us check whether we are correct. All right, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 39. A pack of 15 pens cost 180 pesos. What is the unit cost per pen? Is it A, 10 pesos, B, 12 pesos, C, 14 pesos, or D, 15 pesos? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. All right, my dear math learners, another easy question. What you need to do is you just divide 180 by 15. So that means letter B. All right, 12 pesos. Now let's check whether we are correct. All right. Now, my dear math learners, we are down to our last question. A student from Davao City studying at SANS creates a weekly financial plan with a budget of 1,200 pesos. Which plan is most likely? Is it A, food fare, 500, academic related 400, leisure 150, savings 150. B, food fare 500, academic related 400, leisure 200, savings 100. C, food and fare 5,550 rather, academic related 400, leisure 150 pesos, and savings 100. Next is food fare 500, and then academic is 350, leisure is 150, and then savings is 200. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, the first thing you need to do is to consider the total, okay, and compare it to the budget. So I think all of the choices here sums up to 1,200. So all of them is equal to a total of 1,200. So which plan is most likely? So if you compared food and fare, all of them except for letter C is greater. So talking about food and fare, you did not budget that properly. So this is wrong, letter C. Now, of course, academic related, that is related to your studies. So we have here 400, 400, and 350. Of course, in terms of education, it is very important to give a bigger percentage of the budget. So, therefore, letter D is wrong because it is not given importance. So, we only have A and B here. Now, we only have this one, leisure and savings. Comparing to leisure and savings, which is more important? Savings or leisure? Very good. Savings is more important. So, as you can see here, letter A, savings and leisure are equal. Letter B, leisure and saving is not equal. But leisure is given more priority. So therefore, if that would be the case, you don't need to consider a bigger portion for leisure. So if you compare equal savings and leisure and then compare it to a bigger leisure than savings, now that is wrong budgeting. So therefore, the correct answer here is letter A. Let's check whether we are correct. All right, my dear math learners. Of course, my dear math learners, I'd just like to congratulate you for finishing all of our reviewer series for the grade 7 mathematics preparation for the first quarter exam. I know if you have studied well and check our questions, each question, I'm sure you will have a greater or higher percentage or acing your examination. This has been your Educreator Math Teacher Ash. If you have considered these videos very important, very helpful to you, to your classmates, to your schoolmates, please click that subscribe button and notification bell and share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. Always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code.